Hi everyone, I'm Thuân. My full name is Phạm Minh Thuân, a sophomore in University of Economics Ho Chi Minh City, and my major is about tourism administration. I was born and grew up here with my family. My hometown is Quảng Nam, which has Hội An and Da Nang City, so it's well known to the international tourists when it comes to Vietnam. Well, that's my bright. And my favorite color is yellow because yellow is on behalf of the victory. Yellow and red, but whatever, I prefer yellow. And I do like sport in my free time, like uh, football, basketball. And during my high school, I joined a new subject, which is the cheerleading. And it's just a new sport, and now sprout on among the local high school. Mm, let's. Uh, I love to explore the history, the culture of my own land in this Saigon and the other province, as well as the other countries in all over the world, because it widened my knowledge. Uh, so I get enough a certain amount of information to share with the foreigner tourists when I go with them. Well, in my free time, I do love to learn the language, the foreigner language. My English is so. It's not too good, but it's enough for me to communicate with the the foreigner friends. And I'm now in a process to learn the Spanish, to learn Espanol, like mucho gusto, bienvenido, uh, uh, buenos noches, buenos días, buenos tardes. Just some basic words, but I'm trying to do this step by step. Well, uh, and my most favorite Vietnamese cuisine, I think, is the steamed rice roll. It had the origins from the north of Vietnam. Some people say it has the China origins, but I do not really know. But I just hear it's come from the North Vietnam. It has two parts. The first one is the outer layer of it is made from the tapioca flour, and the inside part is the fillings, with composed of wood ear mushroom and ground pork. The Vietnamese usually eat it with tons of herbs like Vietnamese basil, the Thai basil, the Vietnamese mint, or the bean sprout. We taste it with a nectar of the god. I mean, fish sauce. We have a small bowl of fish sauce on the side of a big dish, and well, we have two ways to taste it. The first one is you use the chopsticks to pick out the piece and you dip into the fish sauce. And the second one is you pour the fish sauce onto the dish and then taste it. And it's supposed that the second way to this to taste it is more popular in the South Vietnam, while the first one is well known in the north. About my experience in customer service industry. Well, I had 1 year's experience to work like a tour guide. At first, I do some activity like to show around the foreigner tourists when they come here, and most of our guests are the backpackers. It's just a group of university students, so we just work toward like the low economic class guests. But then I was introduced to work in a company. Because it's a company, so it was more professional. But I saw that it doesn't give me a lot of challenge, a lot of chance opportunities to learn new things. So I decided to quit it. But now I have older sister, and she was work in a bike of the bike. So she recommend me to apply to this company and work as the tour guide. So I immediately decide to apply the CV, and I hope that uh, I can have the opportunity to prove my ability and to do what I really love since I was a young kid. That is to guide the international tourists to introduce with them about the beauty of my of where I live, of Vietnam, and exchange culture with them, make friends, and get along well with international friends. Thank you.